Everyone. Today we are going to be doing something fun and different because I said so. No, there's been a lot of terrible things going on the internet, and as a drama channel, that's what I talk about. And sometimes it's nice to do something different. And I realized today that I am almost at 600 subscribers, and all right, I know the majority of you know that I have always loved and appreciated every single one of you, and that I never expected for any of this to happen. So, even though I know you know that, I'm still going to give my spiel. Everybody knows. But I thought we could do something different. So, I came home from work and I was like, you know what? I want to play with makeup. So I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow, tell you a little bit about me, and we'll talk, just laid back type thing. So I have, first of all, Tati Beauty. How could I make a video doing makeup and not use this palette, which this palette is my favorite, also the most expensive palette I own. It's the only expensive palette I've ever purchased. But I also have a very cheap Dollar General Pretty Glam. What a beaut. Anyway, it's actually a really good palette. You can make it work. I am not at all a booty guru, obviously. But, I like wearing makeup every once in a while when I get off my butt and do it. So that's what we are going to do now. Never done this before, and I don't edit my videos, so this ought to be interesting, because normally when people do their videos doing makeup, it's very edited, and you don't see all the oopsies and stuff, but y'all get to see it all. You know what I mean? We're really raw and open on this here channel. So the thing that I usually say, and I usually say it every time because I mean it, I wholeheartedly mean it. When I started this, the very first video, I never expected anyone to subscribe, to want another video. It was, I saw some shit, I was fed up with seeing that shit go on, and that shit was the situation with Caroline treating her, Katie treating Caroline like crap. And it wasn't just Caroline, it was the fact that she treated a lot of her subs like crap, and I couldn't understand that. I mean, your subscribers are literally everything. They make you popular. They make it possible for you to do what you're doing. And I just can't imagine treating those people badly. So that's how this whole thing started. And I was so excited. I know a lot of you know this story, but I'm starting from the beginning. I'm so sorry. As I knew everybody's like, we've heard this like 3 or 4 times now. But I was excited when I got like 3 subscribers. No lie, I told my daughter, she was like, okay, cool. But no, she grew to be very excited as I grew. And as the comments came in and people actually interacted, it's been something that we have shared from day one. And I love that. It gets harder the older your kids get. They don't want to hang out with mom. Mom isn't cool anymore. Which I'm very lucky. My daughter's my only child. She's the only one I will ever have. That's another thing that I'm not sure if I've ever shared that about myself, but I guess I'll share that now since we're here. I actually got my tubes tied as soon as I turned 21. I had my daughter 2 days before I turned 18. I don't encourage teen pregnancy. It just kind of happened. But I ended up getting pregnant again later on. Not too long after that. I believe Norma was 2 years old. And I had told her she was having a sibling. She did not understand that at all. She thought that the ultrasound was a picture of a dog. You know, 2-year-olds, right? But unfortunately, I had a miscarriage, and being young, I couldn't see past that. And I was like, this hurts too much. I can't handle this. I'm not strong enough to go through this ever again, because I had been told there were issues with me getting pregnant and carrying full term, and so I was very blessed and lucky to have my child. And so that led me to the decision to get my tubes tied, as literally as soon as I turned 21. Why was I telling all this? I don't remember. Oh, connecting with my daughter. So this has been a great way to, you know, spend time with her, have something that we can both get excited over. She tells her friends they're not allowed to watch because I do cuss quite often, which I'm working on, but it's still not subjects that they need to be listening to. But, you know. So I told her when I had 3 subscribers, I was hella happy, I was super excited. Then next thing you know, I'm up to 70 subscribers, or 60 or 70. I made another video, and I couldn't say it enough. And I still feel the same way. And that's why I still do these videos every so often, because it blows my mind that anyone would sit down and watch my videos and want to hear what I have to say and comment and talk to me. And then I got shout outs. I mentioned this in a video yesterday, I think, where, you know, I got a shout out from Caroline, I got a shout out from Charlotte, and these are people that I already watched and liked and cared for, and that was insane, and that was amazing. All of this means so much to me, because I never thought any of this was possible. I didn't come on here thinking, like, I'm going to be a YouTuber. This is what I'm going to do. I didn't even think this would become a hobby, but it has, and I love it. I love this so much. And I love you guys. Like, I'm not going to get emotional this time, but I care about you. I have had so many people now share stories of things that they've been through in their life, and that means a lot to me. The fact that you can trust me enough and trust my channel enough to be a safe space to share things is amazing. And I don't think I've said all of this before, but for me, I don't think there will ever come a time where I'm like used to this and like, oh, the number's going up, no big deal. Like, it is a big deal, and it means a lot to me, because you guys are not numbers. You're people like me, because I'm a huge YouTube fan, and each and every one of you have taken the time to comment and like and subscribe and all of that stuff. I value your time so much, because for years I've been the same, you know, liking people's stuff, subscribing to them, wishing they would see my comment because I think it's cool. You know, I'll never lose focus on that, because that part is what makes it special. And I can't imagine someone like Katie treating people like crap. Like I've said before, I really would like to be the YouTuber that I've always liked. You know, someone who cares for their subs, someone who stands up for what's right, someone who will take accountability when they mess up. Like, I hope that is what I can do here. That's like, because I've had people ask, like, what's your goal? What do you want? And it's always about a number. It's always like, how many subscribers would you like to have? And I'm like, the amount that I have right now. You know, the people that are here have been amazing and so supportive of me, and that it's just crazy to me. You know, I'm nobody special. I'm just like everybody else, and And I've got a lot of people being so kind and supportive to me, and it's incredible. Okay, so enough of the things that I've already said a million times. You guys know I love y'all. I really do. I guess I could tell you a bit more about myself. That's a little weird to do, but we can try it. So, I've already shared I was not popular in school. I grew up in North Carolina in a very small town where there's not a lot of people. We all know each other in these parts. Not always a good thing. Definitely not. But I mean, I don't mind it. I love my town. I love where I'm from because it's mine. You know, it's one of those things where, like, I wouldn't have it any other way. No offense to people that live in big cities. That's not for me. But I grew up with parents who married young, had me young. My parents are 10 years apart in age. And they've been together for, let's see, oh Lord, let's do some math. I am turning 29. By the way, my birthday is coming up. Norma's my daughter. Hers is February 2nd. Mine's February 4th. My niece's is February 6th. It's crazy. So I will be 29. So my parents have been together for well over 30 years. It's amazing. But they had me young. They got married young, and they're still together to this day. They've managed to make things work. It's so incredible to me. So my daddy worked in a mill. My mom had different jobs. Neither one of them have ever been able to afford to be a stay-at-home parent. There were short periods of time in between, but not really, you know. They both had to work to make it work. And don't get me wrong, like, growing up, I had everything I could ever want, you know, in my mind. I've never asked for a lot. I was always happy. I knew that we were poor, but it didn't feel that way. And my family was super close. My parents believed in spending time together over working all the time. And I appreciate that so much as an adult that I tell my parents all the time, like, I'm so glad that you raised me the way you did. So, Mama worked places like McDonald's, Burger King, Papa John's, Domino's, all the places. And Daddy just worked in the mill. He worked in the mill for 14 years. And then he moved to Walmart, unfortunately. And let me just tell you, Walmart treats their employees like shit. Just saying. Or at least ours does. It's terrible. But also, when I was younger, my daddy was a boxer. He did these competitions that he would train all the time for, and then he would win money. And each time I would get a Barbie doll. Every time he won, my daddy was a badass. And I remember when I was in 8th grade, my dad made a comeback. He was old then, which he really wasn't, but to be boxing, you know, it's easy to age out of sports. So he made a comeback, and he kicked ass. My dad's great. My mom's great. And I have a brother. He's my little brother. He's 6 years younger, but my brother is way bigger than me. Like, he is a beast. He's not fat. He's just, like, really tall and, like, ugh. I mean, and my brother treats me like I'm his little sister now, which is so funny because growing up, I was so protective of my brother. I was like, you don't mess with my brother. I will whoop your ass. I also did a lot of fighting as a kid. But now that we're adults, it's like he's extremely protective of me, and I love it. So, oh, we got an interruption. Hold tight. Sorry. All right, we're back. Sorry. What was I talking about? My brother's awesome. That's pretty much it. So, yeah, grew up in a small town, really close, small family. I don't have a big extended family, but I have great family, and I value them. And the time that I lived with them, you know, I'm glad that I had that time. But moving on now, I am moved out into my own place. Kind of, I have a roommate, but it's interesting, it's different, and I'm super excited. I didn't expect it to happen. You know, it's weird how life works. Like, things can come on so randomly and work out great. And I think that truly, if you just try to be a positive person, I really do believe that positive things can happen. Obviously, negative things are bound to happen too, but that's a whole nother video topic, isn't it? I don't know. It's weird trying to sit here and tell you about myself, because I've never found myself to be particularly interesting, like, at all. You know, like I said, I wasn't popular in school. I was actually picked on quite a bit, so I never believed that I was interesting in any way. Oh, I guess I could tell you a little bit about my not early teenage years, how I met my husband. So my current roommate is the same person who actually introduced me to my husband. It was her and a friend of mine. She was hanging out with my husband. I was hanging out with my friend. And we all got together, and he was something. You know what? Instead of how I met him, let me tell you this. So we start dating, and we hadn't been dating but maybe a couple weeks. And I get home one day, and my roommate was actually there. And there's a message on the answer machine from Walmart, where my dad was working, saying that he had been taken to the hospital. And I try to call him back, and they won't tell me anything. So I get to the hospital, and I found out that my dad fell out. He had a heart attack. His heart actually stopped, and turns out he had blood clots. And my brother, I was young. My brother was like 11 at the time. My mom was crying. We were all crying. And my husband, Eric, I have a brother named Eric, and my husband's named Eric. He held us, and he cared for us. And when they shipped my dad to Greenville, they had to do the open heart surgery. Eric was there every second. He took care of not just me, but my family. He drove us back and forth. He spoke to my daddy and told him that no matter what happened, he would take care of us. And I'll never forget standing in the hallway. My dad went into surgery, and I was terrified. And my husband wrapped his arms around me, and he promised me that things would be okay. And in that moment, I realized I was in love. That was it. He was the one. And even now, you know, yeah, I've moved on and tried to date a little, but there's no doubt in my mind that my husband was the one. He was my person, and he was amazing. There's so many stories I could tell you about him. You know, he had a motorcycle club. That led to a lot of craziness. It's not quite Sons of Anarchy. I kind of get frustrated with that idea that, you know, people watch Sons of Anarchy a couple episodes and they're like, I want to be in a gang. And I'm like, no, it's not a gang. But I did see some crazy shit. You know, a lot of people will be like, around here, I don't know what it's like where y'all live, but around here, people will be like, well, I know a Hell's Angel or a Desperado. And I'm like, do you though? Because I do. Just saying. It just gets a little annoying, the stereotyping and the trying to look like you're cool by using that, because it's living as an old lady of a biker is a lifestyle for sure, and it's not always easy, especially when you have kids. But I mean, we did a lot of interesting things. It wasn't all motorcycle club stuff. There was a time before then. Him and I worked in a tattoo shop as piercing artists together. That was fun. He worked on a farm. He worked at a cotton gin. I had several different jobs at the time. But we always managed to be close, spend time together. He was a great dad. I give him that. He's a great husband. And most of you know this by now, but he did get on drugs. And believe it or not, it was not related to being in a motorcycle club. Not at all. It was after the club stopped. Look, I'm supposed to be telling you about me, and I'm telling you about my husband. I don't know. I'm not the best at this. This was just trying to do something a little different. Trying to think of anything else I could tell you. Like I said, I'm not the most interesting person. You know, I have some stories, and most of them do involve my husband, because that's where the most interesting things happen in my life. We were together 10 years, so that was most of my life. I grew up with him. But as far as me, I don't know. I'm just me. I'm just a small town girl. But seriously, I really am. I live in a small town. I'm a single mom. I've got a wonderful kid. And now I have something that I'm passionate about and I enjoy doing. And that's something I've never had. I've never had anything. I've never played sports. I sucked at band. Actually, I was okay in band, but I never had a hobby or a thing to do or something that I could say, like, I do this and I feel like I'm okay at it. Never. So to be on YouTube, to have you guys here, to make content, and to have the support, it's given me true happiness and truly something to be proud of. Like, I take pride in this, and I can't thank you guys enough. And I just want to say that I wish more YouTubers would look at things this way. But without you guys, my channel doesn't exist. You know, there's no reason to put out videos if no one's there to watch them. And while I never expected any of this, I can 100% tell you that I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Having this channel, having you guys to talk to, it's given me so much. Like I said, it's given me happiness. It's given me something to be proud of. It's given me something to bond with my child over. And I can't thank you guys enough. I'm not going to cry. But I really do love you all. And I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Every time you choose to give me time to watch a video, to subscribe, to like, to comment, any of that, that means a lot to me. And I'll never stop appreciating it, no matter where the number goes. You know, and if something happened tomorrow and I was back down to 3 subscribers, like, I have enjoyed this. I can't thank you enough. So yeah, I don't know how this video is going to turn out. My eyeshadow looks decent, I think. Hold on, y'all can't even see it. I'm not really that great at makeup, but that's how that turned out. Alright, I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoy talking to you guys, so talk to me in the comments. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.